How's everybody doing? I will praise you, O Lord, with my whole heart. I will show forth your wondrous words, and I will sing and rejoice in you. I'll sing praise to your name, O Most High. We will praise you, O Lord, with our hearts. We will show forth your marvelous works. We'll be glad and rejoice in you. We'll sing praise to your name, O Most High. We will praise you. We will praise you every day in every way. We will praise you. We will praise you. We will praise you every day in every way. We will praise you. Peace to you guys, man. That's Psalms 9, 1 and 2. You know, we can't praise God without His power, His glory, His direction. So, you know, I pray that you will put God first in everything that you do and say today. We're going to step up and talk a little bit about some boxing again. Some boxing. So, this channel is a channel I check out many a time, many occasions. Coach Shelton Harris's Combat Sports channel. Shout out to him, Coach Shelton Harris. It's nice to, always nice to go to your channel. As you can see, I liked his video because, quite frankly, I'm very happy that Deontay Wilder may be rematching Tyson Fury, and we don't have to think about Anthony Joshua at this point in time, because I honestly feel that the way Anthony Joshua's team and Matchroom have been behaving, you know, they've been pretty much showing that they're disinterested in really having a fight or even fighting these two fighters, in my opinion. And as a result of that, I personally am not interested in hearing about Anthony Joshua's name at this point in time. Wilder and Tyson Fury did well. As we know, the pay-per-view buys was about 320 plus pay-per-view buys, which is very good, as everybody has been saying, plus the digital buys, plus the gate buys. That comes up to a good chunk of money, especially for the first pay-per-view on Fox and the first pay-per-view by either fighter, Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. So, you know, it's just been fantastic promotion. I expect them to make more money in the rematch. Good for Wilder, good for Fury. You risk your life to go in that ring, do what you do. You might as well get paid for it. And a lot of these people come from troubled backgrounds. You know, Wilder, you know, Fury, you know, good families, but, you know, always wanted to fight. So these are different kind of people, you know what I mean? So might as well get paid for it. Now, talking about what Coach Shelton Harris said, I absolutely agree with him about the fact that these two rematching each other is the way to go. I think if I was Tyson Fury or if I was Deontay Wilder, I'd rematch because these two guys made it possible to have the first go. And quite frankly, what I liked about it was that as much as Tyson Fury outboxed Wilder, you make one mistake and he's going to jump on you. And he jumped on Tyson Fury and he gave Tyson Fury what is called a death combination in boxing. You can't get it worse than that. You can't get hit harder than that. You got a right hand, left hook. That's the combination that puts people to sleep. And somehow Tyson Fury came up from that. Now, I hear a lot of people saying that Wilder slept Tyson Fury and so on. And there's all this stuff people keep on going into, which to me is, most of it is lies in my opinion. Now, here's the other thing. This is the issue that Coach Shelton Harris actually brought up. which I thought, again, is very interesting to hear what he's saying, because, in my opinion, once again, Coach Jack Reiss was 100% correct. But what Coach Shelton Harris keeps on saying is, and shout out to you, Coach Shelton Harris. Shout out to your channel. I see it's doing very well. It's increasing. It's doing better and better. I'm glad about that. But what Coach Shelton Harris said, though, that I did not agree with, was that he was saying in another fight which Deontay Wilder had against Eric Molina, in the 9th round, Jack Reiss just stopped the fight once Eric Molina hit the ground. He examined Eric Molina, and then he stopped the fight as Eric Molina was trying to get up. Now, truly, this is true. Eric Molina was trying to get up, but by that time he tried to get up, Jack Reiss had already stopped the fight. And he was trying to use that fight to compare it to the fight with Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder. Now, I'm addressing this directly to Coach Shelton Harris while all of you guys are listening. Now, Coach Shelton Harris, that comparison would be an accurate comparison if Eric Molina didn't take as much punishment as he did in that fight for 9 rounds. The difference between Jack Reiss's decision to stop that fight immediately so Eric Molina wouldn't take further punishment, and the fight in which Tyson Fury, who did not receive a lot of punishment, was very dominating the fight, and the fight became competitive because Wilder dropped him, is that Eric Molina was now getting beat up by Deontay Wilder. Okay? In the 9th round, he had taken a beating from round 5. He had been dropped twice in round 5. He'd been dropped earlier in round, I think it was 1 or 2. And he was really getting, it was competitive even after round 5, but then afterwards, Eric Molina was taking a lot of punishment. Okay? And he got dropped, I think, a couple more times, actually, by Deontay Wilder, and it was brutal punishment Eric Molina was taking. So when he received that straight right to the side of his face, and he fell into the ropes and then collapsed onto the ground, that was a nasty, nasty blow, and he fell directly on his back, right? And so Jack Reiss was looking at him completely. This guy had been taking punishment for 4 extra rounds and brutal punishment. He may not have hit the canvas, but he was getting beat up really bad. And so Jack Reiss decided to call that fight to a halt. It's not the same case with Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury hadn't taken much punishment. He was actually the guy who was controlling the fight. Even with the first knockdown, he was the guy controlling the round after the knockdown, which wasn't really a knockdown. It was, it wasn't like a full-blooded shot that knocked him down. It was a shot at the back of the head, and he went down because of that. Knocked off his equilibrium and knocked him down. That's different to... So Jack Reiss actually explained this, Coach Shelton Harris. He said that Tyson Fury was very competitive in the fight. He was also a lineal champion. And so he was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt because he hadn't taken a lot of punishment as the fight was progressing. Neither fighter had taken a lot of punishment. And so as a result of that, he was looking to see. That's why he went straight up into Tyson Fury's face to see his reaction. And on seeing him open his eyes and get up, he allowed him to continue the fight. So that's just for Coach Shelton Harris to realize the difference. You remember, every fight is not the same. Even though a guy may go down the same or seem to go down the same, you have to consider the history of the fighter. And this is something Jack Reiss was speaking about. So I just wanted to address that with Coach Shelton Harris because I like Coach Shelton Harris. It's one of my favorite channels. Now, and I hope he gets more interested in boxing. Now, in the case of Jack, another channel, which is Barbershop Conversations. Barbershop Conversations totally skewed what Jack Reiss was saying. And he came out with this, what we call clickbait, where he says Jack Reiss admits he didn't use boxing rules. He used the spirit. What does spirit mean? So Barbershop Conversations now is starting to do something controversial, where he's actually misquoting or misinterpreting Jack Reiss on purpose. Jack Reiss went on to say, as a referee, that he deals with the spirit of the law and not the letter of the law. This is something that is quoted from the Bible by Paul. What Jack Reiss was basically saying is he does things to benefit the fighters, that is to say, to make sure that their well-being and health is intact. And he also does things to respect the sport of boxing, so that everything he does, which is principled, is in that ambit. And I don't know what's the story with Barbershop Conversations. Barbershop Conversations seems to be a pro-black channel, Coach Shelton Harris is not necessarily, but he's in the LDBC. But barbershop conversations of all places. I remember when barbershop conversation was trying to insinuate that Canelo was doping before the weigh-in, and then I saw them again speaking now about Jack Reiss and trying to dirty Jack Reiss's name. Jack Reiss is one of the best referees out there, and he explains his point of view. And what Jack Reiss was saying, the context, because he just took everything out of context and just went at it. The context that Jack Reiss was saying was that, listen, in this sport, sometimes, a lot of people would just call the fight off, okay? They just call the fight off, and that would be that. And Jack Reiss was saying, listen, I did not call the fight off. I make my assessment of the fighter before I call the fight off. So there are other referees who would have waved it off. There's no specific rule as to tell you whether a referee should wave off a fight or not. That's up to the discretion of the referee if they think that the fighter is not able to continue. So the law actually provides for that. But what he was saying is that, it was understood around the referees' contingent that, in precaution, sometimes they end the fight too early than end it too late. So some don't give the fighter a second chance. So Jack Reiss was saying in that respect, he says, I don't go by the letter of the law. I go by the spirit of the law. I want to protect the fighter, but I also want to give them a chance to have a good fight. And this is all to promote boxing, make sure boxing is better. So that's where Jack Reiss was coming from. And this dude just takes it and misinterprets it and says he doesn't use boxing rules, which is a lie. I mean, it's just straight up lie. And this is the thing with fandom. With fandom, people just totally misconstrue what has been said or what has been done and twist things to suit their narrative for clickbait. And I find that very sad. And so I just wanted to highlight that. And again, if you're a black boxing channel, whoever you may be, try to be fair. You know what you guys could have hopped on that was really great about Deontay? Deontay Wilder is selling. Deontay Wilder is now a name in the United States of America. And he's proven that he can bring the goods. He said, I'm going to come and bring the thunder. He brought the thunder. Okay? And to me, his stock has gone up, obviously, and Tyson Fury's stock has gone up. I think that why Deontay Wilder might be getting negative flack these days is because of channels like this, which, no disrespect to them, but you skewing the truth, man. You trying to dirty this referee Jack Reiss's name. Why are you trying to dirty the guy's name? Why are you trying to do that to the guy? That's not necessary. That's the same thing why I hated GGG fans, because they come out there and they try to dirty a boxer or a promotional company or referee. I remember when they tried to dirty Skip Bayless' name. They tried to dirty so many different people. Why you got to go and do that? You know what I mean? The fans of Sergey Kovalev, you can't, sometimes people don't like Sergey Kovalev. Why? Because of the fans of Sergey Kovalev. The fans of Manny Pacquiao. Some people don't like Manny Pacquiao because of the fans of Manny Pacquiao. How vicious and just how dirty they can be. And so when you start skewing truth, how can I deal with you? How can I defend you? I can't. So, ladies and gentlemen, please stop it, fans. Stop doing that. It's Coach Shelton Harris. I have a lot of respect for you. Don't let me lose my respect for you, bro. You know what I'm saying? You bring up certain things, but you don't bring up the full picture. All right? I'm going to give you some insight. So when you come back with that example again, you won't do that. All right? And when it comes to barbershop conversations, this guy, he's a player in the game. So you know how dirty some people can be. And this is the second time this guy's been dirty. All right? I don't know why he's got to be so dirty. Why he got to try and muddy Jack Reiss's name. Jack Reiss is a very good referee. He ain't do nobody no harm. Why you gonna go try and muddy Jack Reiss's name because your fighter did not win the fight and he got a gift decision? I just don't understand them kind of things, man. Anyway, your boy's out. Peace.